Disney seemingly forgets how Tron looks. When I was watching Tron Ares and playing Tron Catalyst, I felt like I wasn't watching Tron. Now you might be asking, Gabe, what are you talking about? After watching this video talking about Tron costume design, I figured it out. Tron nowadays is missing the computer vias.
Vias are the little circles on the armor. I not only prefer the look of them, but they are also actually essential in computers to connect different layers of circuits in the computer. So seeing these contour lines without their circles, it didn't bring to mind electronics to me, and it simply looks like decorative contour.
To elaborate further, vias are the connecting points for circuitry, which are visible on motherboards. This concept was seen in the first Tron, specifically on the costumes for all the main characters. In Tron Legacy, this philosophy was then elevated, and we can see a more simplified version of this idea, but still prevalent. Tron Ares forgets the vias, and it's just light lines that happen to connect on the suits. However, what's very strange is that the circuitry is seen on the Tron Legacy-inspired grid, and also the 1982 Flynn grid. My theory as to why the vias are missing is that it's trying to show the disconnect from human to machine, but that decision is not clear. Tron Catalyst shows programs with some light patterns, and even some of their clothing and body parts are a part of the circuitry and glowing. This is an interesting and unique idea of how the grid could evolve, but because there are no vias or idea of circuitry, it doesn't give the impression that this is a computer-inspired world. To emphasize this further, the architecture does not seem to invoke the computer-inspired design. In Tron Legacy, there is a clear inspiration from the real world. It had computer circuitry vias and even light lines, and looks like the interior of a computer. Tron 1982 had angular architecture with light lines highlighting the architecture and general environments with even numbers and letters in the walls. Tron Ares and Tron Catalyst feel like their architecture is generic and just sci-fi inspired architecture. There seems to be no intention in its building design, no intention of where you need to look. It has angular buildings, light lines, and somewhat resembles computer parts. When I look at these buildings, they don't remind me of computers or the world of Tron, just generic sci-fi. Overall, modern Tron seems to forget that it's supposed to be based on a computer, and instead comes off as generic sci-fi design. What should have been done was creating other types of vias, like triangular or hexagonal ones, to be different and make it even more angular and curvy light patterns. But instead, there was no effort on that part. Thank you so much for watching. I hope maybe you guys agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.